Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting in? Body getting a fight. What's going on, people? It is the day of another day that we call Monday. Anybody being said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as being prosperity in their life and living, knocking down doors and making their dreams come true. I want to talk to you about something. I know it's been going on for a little while and I'm just bringing it up now, but did you know that some businesses in Florida are taking advantage of residents' vulnerability as Hurricane Matthew make its way through. Now, as you already know, I don't know if you know, but I'm going to tell you, Haiti have confirmed that 1,000 people have been killed from Hurricane Matthew. Okay, so there's a lot of other locations: Miami, Florida, Haiti, Cuba, and Jamaica. Here's a little rough draft of reference for the just going on to get an idea of everything that's going on within the countries that we live in.
Good evening. As we come on the air tonight from Jacksonville, Florida, and as you can see, Hurricane Matthew is churning right off the coast, right here in Jacksonville as we begin tonight. And right here behind me, that storm surge they've been talking about, this is St. John's River here in Jacksonville. You can see the water almost up to the sidewalk here. They were worried about this surge, and it is underway as we're here tonight. In the meantime, take a look at the other images coming in right now. Also right here in Jacksonville, you can see the water there breaching the shore, rushing into the streets, already flooding homes at this hour. The western side of the eye wall first touching Central Florida. Daytona Beach battered at dawn. In St. Augustine, the storm surge, the water's rising, families stranded, staying inside this inn. Those powerful waves eroding the beach, ripping away this historic highway along Palm Coast. And to give you an idea of just how close we are to Matthew right now, just take a look at the radar at this hour. Spinning right off Jacksonville, Georgia and South Carolina in harm's way tonight. In a moment, we are going to take you right up in the air with the hurricane hunters flying through Matthew right now. You will see images right from the cockpit. But we begin tonight with ABC's Eva Pilgrim in St. Augustine in the middle of this storm.
Tonight, deadly Hurricane Matthew pummeling the Central Florida coastline, already claiming at least 4 lives.
You can see just how bad it has gotten here.
From the roof, ocean water breaching dunes and taking over these Jacksonville streets. And on the ground, inside the Jacksonville Baptist Medical Center, hospital staff rushing 21 newborns out of the NICU to safety. Overnight, torrential downpours and wind whipping stoplights, thrashing palm trees, submerging cars on the road.
You can see the water out here. It's blanketed by this rain now.
Power lines exploding and breaking under the wind, leaving more than 1 million without power.
You can see it also took down some power lines. Those power lines are down all the way down the street here.
Here in St. Augustine, Florida, devastating flooding.
You can see how strong the winds are and the rain. The water's actually coming over the storm wall there, and we're not even on the beach.
Further into town, nearly 24 people, including children, trapped by the rising, raging water inside the Casablanca Inn bed and breakfast. 30 miles south in Palm Coast, Florida, a home security camera captures the moment floodwater barrels towards and crashes into Grant Lynch's glass door. Hours earlier, the ocean spilling out into the streets of Daytona Beach. Matthew turning the once busy intersections into waterways. Tearing through Melbourne and Vero Beach, too, swallowing park benches, tearing up roofs, and tearing down trees, washing whole roads away. 4,200 flights canceled in the U.S., more than 3 million people fleeing their homes as Matthew now sets his sights on Georgia. FEMA officials and the National Guard preparing to provide relief with states of emergency declared in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, while authorities up and down the coastline urging residents to continue riding out the storm.
This is still a really dangerous hurricane, that the potential for storm surge, flooding, loss of life, and severe property damage continues to exist.
Really, the best thing now is to just hunker down, stay in a safe place.
Be sure that you do not put yourself in greater jeopardy by trying to return too soon. There comes a point where we cannot jeopardize the lives of our first responders any further.
David, this is still a very active situation. As you can see, this water is very much still high at this hour, and it's causing water, rivers, about 25 miles inland to go into major flood stage. It's going to take days for this water to recede. David?
ABC's Eva Pilgrim tonight. Eva, get to higher ground, make sure the crew is safe. In fact, we're up above now the St. Johns River that I showed you right at the top of the broadcast. And we want to get to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z, who's now on Satellite Beach. That's where she was as the storm hit earlier this morning and moved its way up the coast of Florida. Ginger, where is the hurricane right now? Where's it headed?
David, gusts along these beaches on Satellite Beach included 90 to even 107 miles per hour, but now that storm is about 140 miles north of us. It is a Category 2, moving north at 12 miles per hour. You can see it right there on the map, the eye of it, east of you in Jacksonville by about 40 miles. So next up is coastal South Carolina and coastal Georgia. That's who has it tonight. The heaviest rain, of course, that storm surge, and a tornado watch that includes Savannah and Charleston. Keep in mind, tornadoes always a possibility with hurricanes, and it will be until midnight tonight. The hurricane warning extends from just north of Daytona Beach up through Wilmington. And a quick look at what's happening track-wise with this storm. It's still hugging along the coast, very close to Charleston overnight tonight. We're downgrading to a 1, but still could be powerful surge, and then off into the Atlantic it goes. That tropical storm Nicole that's out there actually may nudge it, David, a little closer back to the Bahamas later this week.
Okay, you see that. Now, as the state of emergency is going on, you know, people are very afraid of telling people to stay in their houses, or not stay in their houses, but if you're definitely in the area of the emergency that's going on, you know, vacate immediately, you know, to get away from over there, because basically your safety is more important, and they do not want to put other people's lives out there trying to save you when they gave you a warning in reference to, you know, leaving. So they'll let you know already at the door that you just need to get out of there. So don't sit around and try to stick it out or enjoy the weather as far as the hurricane, because sadly but true, some people like the fact of the hurricane and they'll just ride it out, which is not a very good thing as far as even Haiti. You know, 1,000 people have been killed from this. Now, due to this present time that this type of predicament is going on, this emergency, you would think that people would be more concerned with other people's lives, you know, trying to help each other as far as, you know, shelter and stuff. But unfortunately, people are being taken advantage of, and they've done so much tremendously as far as lack of concern and care for another human being. I want you to see that.
Sade Nampton and her young children scared for their lives, forced out of their Tampa hotel room Thursday.
Last night I paid $51.37.
$51 for the room last night. What do they want you to pay tonight?
$200.
$200?
Yes.
And now you have to leave?
Yes.
Can you afford that?
No, I cannot.
That's right. As Matthew barreled in, she says this Days Inn suddenly raised the rates by more than triple.
They're just taking advantage of us. They're taking advantage of making money, extra money, because there's a hurricane coming.
In a state of emergency?
Yeah.
When people like you are as desperate as you've probably ever been?
Yeah. And it's sad to say that I have to say that, but yes, I am desperate right now. And right now, I just have to do the best I can.
To take care of these little ones.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to stay tonight?
I have no clue.
And she's not alone. This woman says the hotel did it to her, too. Now she's in her car, stuffed with all her belongings. What do you make of this?
I think it's heinous and insane and just dreadful.
We wanted to see it for ourselves. Watch what happens when I send my producer Annika inside as a customer.
$199. Aren't they normally like
62, but now I don't know.
State investigators received a complaint and showed up, now considering legal action.
Sir, Jeff Rawson from NBC News. I know you're the manager here.
We're looking for answers, too.
I don't know about the prices. I just run the hotel. I don't set the prices. Corporate sets the prices.
Do you think it's wrong?
What's wrong?
Raising the price by 3 times the night of a hurricane?
I have no idea, sir. I have no idea about the prices.
Days in, corporate telling NBC News, we are deeply troubled by these allegations, as they in no way reflect our brand values. This hotel is franchised, so we don't manage inventory and raise, and we'll investigate. But it's not just hotels.
That's where we're seeing a lot of our price issues.
The Florida Attorney General's office setting up a special price gouging hotline, getting thousands of tips, and people are taking to social media to out gas stations, like this one charging $8.88 per gallon, another charging $9.99 a gallon, and this store selling bottled water for a whopping $30.
Is this illegal?
Absolutely. During a state of emergency, you cannot substantially raise prices, whether it's a hotel room, fuel, commodities such as water, generators. You cannot raise prices substantially. And that's what these bad people are doing, and it's hurting our good citizens in a time of need when they are the most vulnerable.
Okay, you see that was in Florida. Basically, by them being vulnerable and they need your help and stuff, they raise the rates on hotels, gasoline, water. You know, the sad part about it, these are human beings. When are we going to be our brother's keeper? Why is it we have to go through this type of situation where we are put to a test to see how much we care about someone else's life? Unfortunately, we have to go through this, but at this point is the point where we put everything aside and try to save another human being. Unfortunately, we're not seeing this through some of this reaction. We do see some people out there as far as being concerned and helping people, but unfortunately, these people out here are in the struggle. You know, I just want to bring that to your attention as far as that, you know, as far as Hurricane Matthews in Haiti, losing 1,000 people killed. Anybody being sad. I just want to put that to you, and I do want you to know that I love you, and I want to thank you for watching. Catch the rain.